What up, everyone? So, it's time to start the reviews. It's time to start the reviews of the month of May. I'm a little bit behind, and I'm actually recording this before my monthly review, but the monthly review will be posted before this. But anyway, got lots of boxes. Most of them already have arrived, and got some new ones. And the first one I'm going to do is Loot Crate DX. So this isn't the first one that comes each month. This probably comes like halfway through the other boxes, but I've kind of stopped doing them in order anymore. I usually do them in the order they come, but I've kind of lost track of that and just do them whenever. So this time I just wanted to do the one that was kind of my favorite. This one's become my favorite just because it's so big. Look at this fucking thing. It's huge. Who knows what could be in there? But I really like this one. I've come to realize over time, doing this all the time, doing so many boxes, I've noticed that I do like the bigger, more expensive boxes, just because they have such great potential. They can do things that no other box can. And so far, this one kind of did. Not super so last month, but we did get a sculpture from Kidrobot, which I'm a huge fan of. I love that. And some like much nicer quality, higher ticket items, and I really like that. So I've been looking at this since it showed up on the doorstep, and I'm very curious what's in there. A lot of the other boxes you can kind of assume most of the time, but this one I'm very excited about. There's also Lutaku, which is a big one too. I think that's the other big box I get. But yeah, I'm excited to see what's in this one. So I figured since they're already here, I'll just start with this one because I'm curious. What? What do you want? Pup's excited too. Da-da-da. Alright, got some nice wrapping paper. Oh, Pup's jumping up and down. He wants in. Alrighty. Oh, dang. Okay. So the first one we get is these figures. I've seen these a lot before, but not in this scale. Just knocked my camera. Damn it. There, Pup. Check it out. Okay. So these are new this series. These are metal figures, I believe. Yeah. So it says 100% metal. And these are heavy. They're called heavy metal, I believe. Let's do some. Oh, he lights up. Cool. Da-ding. That's awesome. So yeah, I've seen these in the much smaller scale. You can see some of the characters on the back there. These have just recently shown up, I'd say in the past like 6 months or something. I saw them at Hot Topic. It started with Batman Superman, and the armored Batman one looked pretty cool. The rest of them looked okay. Like, it kind of depends on which character it is. Like, I'd say Iron Man and like the armored Batman look cool because they are made of metal. So it makes sense that they have the metallic look. But the more humanoid characters, like, they don't look bad or anything, but they're just not as cool because they're not metal. But they usually come in a much smaller size. But even those, they're very heavy because they are made of metal. So it's just a different style. Making them metal doesn't necessarily make them better. It's a little nicer quality than the plastic. But still, it's all about the sculpt. But I do like these. I like the style. And this is the Mark V. I'm actually a huge fan of the Mark V. The Mark V does not get enough love. I'm a huge Iron Man fan. Of all the Marvel movies, the Iron Man series is probably one of my favorite, and one of my favorite Iron Man suits is the Mark V. For those of you who don't remember which one that is, that was from Iron Man 2, the one he had in the briefcase. The one where he opens up the briefcase and does that, and I thought that one was super badass. That was one of my favorite ones. So I'm actually pretty excited to see the Mark V. I don't know how excited everyone else will be, but this is one of my personal favorites, so I think that's really cool. And like I said, they can put oversized stuff in there, and yeah, it's very nice and quality. I've been meaning to pick up some of these. I just haven't got around to it. Like I said, I like the armored Batman. I like the smaller Iron Man version. I thought they were very cool. I like the style of them. And I'm also just realizing this says Loot Crate exclusive, so that makes it even cooler. So no one else gets the Mark V, just me. So that's really cool. I like that a lot. So I'm glad that even though they're doing bigger items, they're actually doing exclusive stuff still. So like I said, I'm already excited for this box. It's great. I love that. I think that's a great item. Pup. What? Alright, next. Looks like we got a hat. And this looks like Loot Crate exclusive as well, from BioWorld. So we've seen a lot of products from BioWorld, from Loot Crate. Usually socks, that's usually what they're known for. But they do a lot of hats. You want to come up here? But they do hats as well. We have a Star Wars hat that we got from Loot Crate that I got from Comic-Con. So BioWorld actually makes good products, but they don't necessarily sell in stores. They don't a lot of times sell individual items. They usually just sell them to bigger companies. But you know, that's cool. And the quality on it's pretty nice. Will you stop? It's pretty nice. This one has like some little air hole pockets in there to get some wind in there. And the texture on it is not like normal felt. It's kind of like a mix between like plastic and felt. So the quality on it's very nice. But you know, it is a pretty simplistic hat. that I feel like if they were going out of the way to make a custom, like, exclusive hat, that they probably should have put a little more effort into it. Not effort, I wouldn't say effort, but just design-wise. Because, you know, it's still cool, but it's just about as simple as you can get as far as, like, a Marvel hat. I have a lot of hats, I've worn them on the channel, and there's so many cool hat designs out there, it's just like, this is kind of basic. But, you know, no big deal. But I do like the quality, though. The quality is very impressive. It's a snapback, which is obvious because they don't know my head size. But yeah, that's very nice. So if nothing else, it's nice in quality. But the design, you know, could have been better. Alrighty. Now it looks like we got a shirt. Let's take a look at this. I can't stand up. Got puppies on my lap. Alrighty. So something I noticed right away, I put a sticker on it that says Loot Crate exclusive. Yeah, we figured, guys. So this is long sleeve. Okay. There we go. So it seems like that's what we're going to be getting. The shirts in this box are going to be more of the level up style. If you've gotten Loot Crate, they have the level up option. And what that usually means is that you get long sleeve versus short. Thank you. You get long sleeve versus short, or you get like button up. So I'm assuming that's what they'll gear that towards, which I'm totally fine with. That makes it a little bit different because I didn't like leveling up the normal Loot Crate. It ended up costing too much, and it just wasn't really cost efficient, wasn't worth it, and I personally wouldn't do it. But as far as the shirt goes, just says Skeletor. The design on it, you know, it's decent. There's not a lot of detail in his face. Skeletor is a cool character. The shirt is very soft, though. I am noticing that. And yeah, this is branded from Masters of the Universe. So it's very, very soft, so it's actually really nice in quality. But the design on it's just like, yeah, it's okay. So it's not super fantastic, but, you know, it's not bad either. But, you know, it is what it is. So, as far as this shirt goes, you know, I'm probably going to give that like a 7 out of 10. It's good. I think people will like it. I just think the design's a little too basic. But it's cool to get some long sleeve ones, because that gives some variation. Alrighty. Then, looks like we got our pin. So, the theme for May is power. And I think, as far as I know, they're always going to share the theme between... My camera will fucking focus. They'll always share the theme between the normal Loot Crate and Loot Crate DX. Focus, you bitch. There we go. So it says POW. It looks like it's got Stan Lee's face in there, which is cool. But yeah, like I was saying, I think that the DX, the normal one, always shares the theme. It did last month. I'm pretty sure it does this month, which I'm fine with. It's not necessary. They don't need to, but, you know, whatever. Alright, and it looks like our last item... Oh no, we got some more. There's just stuff underneath this. So it looks like we got, looks like a gym bag. And this says Street Fighter Academy. So we got a little Street Fighter gym bag. So there's that. Focusing. Okay, yep. So that's cool. Nice bag. And that's something else we'll probably see from this, bags of different types, because they normally can't fit in the small boxes, which are fine. Like, bags are okay, but you really don't need a lot of bags. It's not like t-shirts where you can just keep getting them and stuff. It's like you kind of only need like one bag at a time. But yeah, this is definitely a gym bag. It's got that style to it where it opens at the top, got the handles, and then the big strap there. And the design on it seems pretty cool. Yeah, nothing super special about it. That's pretty basic design. Alright, what else have we got here? Looks like we got one more item. Then we got our little info card here. Cool. So this looks like sort of an art print-esque. And it's, I just looked at it, said this is a lithograph, which is different from just a normal art print in the sense of how it is printed. It's just the style of which it's printed. It's nicer in quality, and often that's what they do, art prints. Really cool, though. I like the style of it. That's really awesome. But as far as the quality, it's kind of on like basic cardstock, so the quality of the paper's not any better. But it actually has some texture to it. It's smooth at places. I doubt the camera will be able to show that, but you can see the light reflecting off of it. It's smooth in certain places, and it's got some texture, some rough, like bumpy texture to the part where like Hulk is. But I really like the design of it. That's a really cool print. That's pretty awesome. I like that a lot. But you know, at the end of the day, it does give it some value being a lithograph, but it's still not signed or numbered or anything like that. But I'll check and see if there's any particular artists tied to that. I don't think so. But yeah, so that was all the items in the box. We only got 5, but like before, there's nicer quality stuff. So I'll take a little break, and then I'll do some research, and then I'll come back with some values and give this box a rating. See you soon. Alright, we are back. So let's talk about some value on these items. First, the exclusive Iron Man. This is running about $30 to $35. If it were in a store, I'd probably see it going for like $35 to $40, but online it's going for like $30 to $35, and that's probably because a lot of people have got this one, but I don't plan on selling this. I really like it. I'm a big fan of the Mark V, and the smaller ones run about $12 to $15. They're pretty expensive because they are made of metal, so this one fetches a decent price, but around $30 to $35. But I do like it, and I do like that it lights up. I think that's cool. So there we go. Then, our shirt. So it feels nice, the quality on it's very nice, but like I was saying, the design on it is just like kind of okay. It's a cool design, but not very detailed. The price on this shirt is going to be about $15. Long sleeve shirts are always going to be more expensive than short sleeve ones, and they're much rarer, but because of the design wasn't so great on this one, I don't think it's going to go for as much, because normally shirts like this would be like 15 to 20, like kind of depending on what it is, but this one doesn't seem like too spectacular, so it kind of depends. Normally I give all shirts the same value, but since they're specialty shirts, then I kind of have to go into it a little bit, but around 15 on that. But again, if it was in store, it would probably cost a lot more than that. Then our hat. 12 to 15 on this, and basically just because it was so simple. Hats usually go for like 15 to 20, but because it was such a simplistic design, same thing. I don't think a lot of people wanted to keep it, so a lot of people are reselling it online. So that does hurt the value because it wasn't that amazing of a design. It is very simplistic, much like the shirt. So 12 to 15 on that. Then our bag. Our Street Fighter bag. And again, same thing on this one. It's fine, it's cool, but the design on it isn't super spectacular. It's nice, but that's about all you can say about it, and that's going to run about $20 to $25. And the last thing is our lithograph, and this is going to run about $8 to $10. So like I was saying, the lithograph is basically just how it's printed. So it does add some value to it. It's not just a regular print, but not a lot of value. Again, there's no artist tied to it. There was no, it was not signed or numbered or anything like that. So, you know, it is what it is. And our last item is the pin, our little Stan Lee POW pin. That's only going to run about $5. For this box, there's no incentive with the pins. With the normal Loot Crate, they always give some kind of incentive with it. But this one, it's just the pin. It's still a very nice pin. Looks really good. Good in quality. It's exclusive. But, you know, it's only $5. So that brings our total value on the low end of $90 and on the high end of $105. So pretty much double. The box costs $50. And if depending on what state you're in, if there's state tax, you do have to pay for that. So that increases it to like $54, $55. But it's $50 without tax. So pretty close to double your value. And as far as the stuff in this box, I really liked the Iron Man. The lithograph was cool. Everything else was good items. I liked it, and it was nice in quality. But the design portion wasn't the best. And I can't say that's normal with Loot Crate. Usually they have pretty cool designs, honestly. But there just wasn't anything super special. Like the hat is just very, very simple. It's still cool. I like Captain America. It's a very nice hat. But it's just very basic. Same with the Skeletor shirt. Doesn't seem like there was a lot of effort put into the design of it. And same with the bag. The bag is a little bit different because they probably couldn't get too crazy with the design of a bag. But even this one, it's just like you kind of have to like get up close to it to really get what it's saying. Otherwise, it just looks like a generic bag. You can't really tell that it's special from far away. So the designs weren't really the best, but everything in here was exclusive, and it still all was cool stuff. I think I liked last month's a little bit better, but I still really like this box just because the potential to get nicer quality stuff and bigger items. I still really like that because it's something that you really don't see much these days. So I still am a big fan of this one. I do hope they have some kind of referral program for this box specifically because it is expensive and $50 a month is a crazy amount to pay, but I hope they do start some kind of referral program for this one. But anyway, as far as a rating on this box, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 because you did get all exclusives. I did like the stuff. It all was nice in quality. It just could have been better. The designs could have been better. Even though it was exclusive, they could have put a little more thought into those designs. My favorite thing was the Iron Man. I thought the Hulk print did look really awesome. I thought it looked really fantastic. And those were designed really well, but everything else was just kind of okay as far as design. And that's going to hurt the value of it, and it's also going to make it hard to resell if you happen to not like any of these items. But anyway, I'm really happy to get this box, and I can't wait to see what they do next month. I don't know if I'm going to love the theme, though. I think I was looking at it and I didn't like some of the franchises, but you know, whatever. It is what it is. Anyway, this has been Loot Crate DX, 7 out of 10 on the box, 7 out of 10 on the shirt. Let me know what you guys thought. See you in the next video. Love you all. Peace.